All right, today we are diving into one of the weirdest and honestly one of the most fascinating corners of the internet. We're talking about the world of AI influencers. And these aren't just social media stars who are heavily filtered or edited. Nope, they are completely 100% synthetic creations. I mean, just think about that for a second. It's a pretty wild question, right? But this isn't science fiction anymore. It's actually happening right now, and it's a way bigger business than you might think. Just how big are we talking? $11 million. That's the estimated annual earnings for just one virtual influencer, a character named Lil Miquela. So yeah, this isn't some side hobby. It's a full-blown, multi-million-dollar industry built on code, pixels, and a whole lot of strategy. Okay, so how in the world did we get here? To really get the boom and the backlash that followed, we first have to understand what an AI influencer even is.
So you can think of an AI influencer as like a modern-day brand mascot. But instead of selling you cereal on a box, they're on Instagram. They're partnering with huge luxury brands, and they're engaging with millions of followers, all while not actually existing in the real world.
And it turns out they're not all made the same way. On one side, you've got these pure CGI creations like Shudu, who was literally built from the ground up with code. But on the other side, you have these AI-enhanced models like Itana Lopez, where AI generates new content based on photos of a real anonymous person. It's kind of wild.
But the one who really truly broke through the noise was Lil Miquela. When she showed up back in 2016, nobody knew what was going on. Was she a real person? Was this some elaborate marketing stunt? That confusion, that curiosity, it made her the first synthetic personality to really go viral and prove that this crazy concept could actually work on a massive scale.
So once Lil Miquela showed everyone it could be done, the market just exploded. Brands saw this massive opportunity they couldn't ignore, and it kicked off what you could only call a virtual gold rush. And if you look at the data, you can see exactly why. I mean, look at this. At their peak, campaigns with AI influencers were getting engagement rates 3 times higher than campaigns with human creators. People were just captivated by how new and different it was, and that curiosity turned directly into clicks, likes, and shares. For marketers, this was an absolute dream come true. Just imagine having an influencer that you have complete and total control over. They're never late, they never cause a scandal, and they can be anywhere in the world at any time promoting your product. The efficiency and the brand safety were just too good to pass up. But, that level of hype could never last forever. After that initial gold rush, the inevitable correction came. The novelty started to wear off, and pretty soon, both audiences and brands started to ask, wait a minute, what's really going on here? And the shift was unbelievably fast. We're talking less than a year for the market sentiment to completely flip. What was once seen as the absolute cutting edge of marketing suddenly became a huge risk. You can see it right here. Brand willingness to work with AI talent just plummeted from a high of 86% all the way down to 60%. That is a massive retreat in a very short amount of time. So, what happened?
Well, it really all came down to one word: trust. A survey from late 2025 found that nearly half of all consumers were just not comfortable with brands using AI influencers. The audience was pushing back, and they were pushing back hard.
Human influencer Danae Mercer summed it up perfectly. The better the technology got at blurring those lines between real and fake, the more uneasy people became. This lack of transparency was creating a really serious authenticity crisis. Now, this growing unease, plus the potential for this tech to be misused, well, it didn't go unnoticed. Governments and regulators all around the world started to step in, and they began creating a whole new set of rules for this new reality.
Get this, by early 2026, 46 states in the US had already enacted some form of legislation targeting AI-generated media. This shows you it wasn't some niche internet issue anymore, it had become a matter of public policy.
And this global push was all centered on one core idea: transparency. From the FTC's double disclosure rule here in the US, to the EU's AI Act, to China's watermark requirements, the goal was exactly the same. Make sure the audience gets a clear signal about what is real and what is not. So, after all that, the hype, the backlash, the new regulations, where does that leave us? Are AI influencers actually here to stay, or was this whole thing just a passing fad?
Well, this brings us to the new landscape, and it's all about trade-offs. On the one hand, AI influencers offer this unbelievable level of control, but they really struggle with authenticity and trust. And human influencers are the complete opposite. They can build these deep, genuine connections, but they also come with the unpredictability of, well, of being human.
And you know what's fascinating? This has created this amazing counter-movement. The rise of synthetic digital perfection has actually made human imperfection more valuable than ever before. Real creators are now doubling down on authenticity, sharing the messy, spontaneous, real-life moments that AI just can't fake.
And this really leaves us with a critical question for the future of our digital lives. In a world that's going to be filled with both human creators and their synthetic counterparts, the ultimate currency isn't going to be followers or likes, it's going to be trust. And who we choose to give that trust to, that's what's going to define the entire next era of influence.
And that's it for this explainer. If you found this interesting, hey, don't forget to like and follow for more deep dives into the topics that are shaping our digital world. Thanks for watching.